Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the NAD series. Part, what are we up to? About 4 or 5 or something. Anyway, the NAD stereo system. Now, this stereo system belongs to a customer of mine, and I've got to make sure it's right because he's my doctor. So I really have to look after him because me being my age, he's got to look after me a bit too. So I've got to make damn sure this is operating 100% when he gets this back, or he won't keep me going. Anyway, tape deck. NAD, it's a 6240, 6240. Standard buttons on the front. I'm not sure. Is this logic control? The door's not. It's just a standard everyday door. Normal chrome or metal tapes. Obviously run on normal here in Australia most of the times, if you can get the tapes. Play trim. Now I'm guessing this is speed. Play trim. Haven't seen that one before. Record left and right, which seems all right. Dolby. Dolby off and B and C. So, and of course your counter. Okay, let's have a look at what's on the back. Round the back, we have a bias fine adjust for the recording bias, I guess. Multiplex filter on or off. That was off, so we'll leave him off. Input, output, standard things, RCOs. And there's the specifications for any of you guys that want to know a little bit about it. 6240, made in Japan. Underneath, not much under there. Now I'm almost shuddering to turn this thing on with the hassles we've had with the other NAD bits and pieces. But anyway, let's slip the lid off first. Idea here for a service: clean switches, pots, heads, of course, the tape deck. Can't really just slip the door off. Just slip him up. Can't really see much in there at the moment. Yeah, he looks a bit grotty. A little bit grotty, but not too bad. It's out of gear, which is good. That means it's not a broken belt and been left in gear or something silly like that. Alrighty, let's get the top off. Let's see what's in here. Like all, slide him back and up. Okay. There we go. Belts, belt drive, caps in the power supply. All look reasonably good, but as we saw by the CD player, not necessarily. But these are better quality caps, and what was in it too. So just get those away from the heat a bit. Record play switch always gives problems, so a little bit of a clean up on him. What's this? Your Dolby switch up here, and then your metal normal tape switch. We can get at that fella and that fella. So yeah, we can get at virtually everything from where we are at the moment. Are we game? Yeah, come on. Let's do it. Let's do it. Output, right and left. We'll check recording a little bit later on. Just use those two for the moment. Okay, let's plug him in and turn him on. I saw the VU meter flash, which is good. We press play. It goes into gear. it's turning. Belts look good, but we'll check the belt a bit later. Pause seems to work. Stop. Okay, let's get a tape. Don't tell me this is going to be an easy one. Okay, we have a tape, pre-recorded, and wow, that looks good, doesn't it? I think we better play this one, but not too much of it. Let's see if we've got any sound. Play. And take up reels working. And we have some fairly good audio there. So we're on normal. And we've play trim doesn't really seem to do anything, actually. I don't quite know what play trim is. It doesn't alter the speed anyway. It's working. This might be a very straightforward service. Right, well, first of all, we'll get into the tape deck here. I'll get a bit of light in here and clean we'll put him in play. Yes, he goes into play with the door open. And we can get in here and get a bit of light on the subject and clean some things. Okay, let's get you guys in there. How's that? Now you can see what's going on. We have isopropyl alcohol, not to drink, but to start on the audio head. Give them a little bit of a rub there. Okay, go, and it's a little bit there, not too bad. Erase head over here. I'll get him in a little bit better position. Dip him again and clean our pinch roller and capstan spindle. Right. I'll get a dry bud and just dry him off. Looking quite good in there, actually. Quite clean. Doesn't look like this unit's had a lot of use. Certainly not as much as the CD player. I do have this fella. And we'll put a frequency counter on him and see can we pick up what pitch he's putting out. And we're looking about 3 kilohertz there. With the speed, I've got a 3 kilohertz and a 1 kilohertz tape. The 3 kilohertz doesn't drive me as crazy as the 1 kilohertz, so we'll just use him. If we're altering the speed of this motor, which is here, got a little hole in there. Now I'm using a very small screwdriver, and we just go in there and alter the trim pot that's inside for the correct frequency. Now, these days, frequency, nice and easy. I use my iPhone. So let's go and get it, and I'll be back. Okay, let's go. Now, on this little device, this is an iPhone. It's an older one. And this is just, I don't know what this app's called. It's just a little wave capturing device. Now, we start to play, and this should give us a frequency. Now we're looking at 3 kilohertz, so we should be up here, 3000 hertz. So we're a little bit slow at the frequency. A little bit slow. We've got to be right up here. So let's see what we can do. Going up a little bit too far. Oh, close. This is a very rough way of doing it, but I mean, it's a cassette tape. Gee, it's hard to get. There we go. Pretty close. Pretty close to me. Now, I think this one also has. I'll test him out. Fast forward. Yes, he works. I think he also has 1 kilohertz on here. Maybe it doesn't. There he has started again. Very close. As the motor warms up slightly, we just creep up to 3 kilohertz. Very close. Speed, pretty well spot on. Now, this is an old test tape. Obviously, it's 3 kilohertz only. It's got on there. It's only 3 kilohertz. I do have a couple of these test tapes. This one, I don't know, just seems to work great and works every time. Nice and easy, especially with an iPhone these days or a smartphone. And you can set them up quite easily. Okay, I will put this fella back in and do a little bit of head alignment. Now, we can't have too much music on here, so you guys are probably have to miss out on driving along with a bit of my music while I set the head azimuth. Now, this is not always necessary to set this. You can do this with, once again, test tapes and all this. I do it by ear. You just peak it for the best highs. You'll hear the best sound when you adjust the head, which is in through this little hole here, and it's one of the screws on the side of the head. So let's do that, and there is the screw. Now, and we'll probably I won't do this on camera. I know what'll happen. I'll do it and I'll be back. Right, now all things seem to be going perfectly with this one. Now, first of all, your record play switch down in here, going to spray a little bit of spray in there and just jiggle him around. It's a little bit harder to get into them, but just jiggle him like that, just to clean the contacts a little bit. Okay, these fellows, you can actually get a little bit in there, and these little switches, fairly well sealed, but there's a little hole just in the back. And that should be all okay. It will work its way in there anyway. Right. Now, all functions have been tested with this. While I was testing everything else, I tested the record level, playback level. You don't need to see that. That's only a matter of recording. And it was spot on, same levels on 0 on record as well as playback when I played it back. So all's good. We're going to make this one a wrap. This has been a little bit of a long series. So let's slip the top on him and call this one complete. I'm very sure my doctor will be quite happy with my diagnosis and remedies with this one. Got to look after him. So there we are, an NAD tape deck, model 6240 on the front. Just give you a bit of a squiz on what's on the front of him. And around the back, again, for anyone wanting to know a little bit more about everything on the back of this fella. If I can get a reasonable picture there without the light shining on it. And there's his details. Well, that's a wrap for the NAD series. I hope you've enjoyed all the procedures I've done. I'm no expert on NAD by any means. I've done a few of these over the years, but not a hell of a lot. And, well, most things are pretty straightforward. It's similar servicing to just about any tape deck or amp or whatever you're looking at. So I hope you've enjoyed the series. If you like it, give us a big thumbs up on all the videos if you can. And please do remember to subscribe. That's the thing. That helps me along. Get more subscriptions. I can get more content on here. Better, just, yeah, to help us do better videos, a little bit better quality, and, well, more interesting videos. The next one is, let's get into more vintage. How about that? Let's go back into the early 50s or 40s and get into some nitty-gritty old-time vintage radios. Looking forward to it, but seeing this come up, I thought you guys might be interested. Okay, so until next time, it's bye for now.